While India overtook Brazil with the number of COVID-19 cases as it faces a massive wave, hospitals are struggling across the country to cope. On Tuesday, India recorded more than 161,000 new COVID-19 cases and 879 deaths. While Delhi has turned 14 hospitals, both private and government, across the city into full COVID-19 hospitals, reports of shortage of beds and medical staff are being reported from Karnataka as well. The DGCI in India, meanwhile, approved the use of Russian vaccine Sputnik V on Monday. It has been registered in India under the emergency use authorization procedure based on results of clinical trials in Russia as well as the positive data of additional phase 3 local clinical trials in India conducted in partnership with Dr. Reddy's laboratories. Soon after the death of 7 people in a single day at a hospital in Palghar district of Maharashtra, relatives alleged shortage of oxygen supply and administrative failure at the facility amid a massive spike in COVID-19 infections across the state. All those who succumbed to the virus were admitted to the hospital's intensive care unit. The deaths also indicate the burgeoning larger crisis gripping the Vasai Virar Municipal Corporation, under whose jurisdiction the Nalasopara Hospital falls. According to a report by NDTV, concerned hospital officials stated that the deceased were already in critical condition at the time of admission. However, the relatives accompanying the patient who died on Monday said that patients died due to shortage of oxygen and doctors' irresponsibility. By Monday evening, a huge crowd gathered at the Vinayaka Hospital in Nalasopara, which is around 60 kilometers north of Mumbai, to vent its fury. Some of the people gathered said that if they had been informed about the situation earlier, they would have moved their family members to other medical facilities in Mumbai or other places. The Election Commission of India has imposed a 24-hour ban on West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee from campaigning for violations of provisions of Model Code of Conduct and sections of the Representation of the People Act 1951. The poll panel had earlier issued notices to Banerjee for violating the Model Code of Conduct. Mamata had allegedly urged the Muslim community to vote for the TMC at a public meeting in Tarakeshwar. At another rally, she had accused central forces of intimidating voters and asked the crowd to gherav central security forces. The ECI order said that the commission condemns such statements potent with serious law and order problems across the states and sternly warns Mamata Banerjee and advises her to desist from using such statements while making public utterances during the period when Model Code of Conduct is in force. The commission also imposes a ban of 24-hour on Mamata Banerjee campaigning in any manner from 8 p.m. of April 12 till 8 p.m. of April 13th. Responding to the ECI's notice over her statement in which she appealed to the Muslim voters to not let their vote split, Mamata Banerjee stated that she did not seek to influence the voters to cast their vote for her on religious segmentary lines. Rather, she categorically spoke in favor of religious harmony in line with the spirit of Moral Code of Conduct and Constitution of India. As the Election Commission banned Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee from campaigning for 24 hours, she has said that she will go for a sit-in protest against it. Banerjee will hold the protest from noon on Tuesday in Kolkata. The TMC will also meet the Election Commission on Tuesday evening with complaints. Meanwhile, Home Minister Amit Shah, State BJP Chief Dilip Ghosh and National BJP Chief JP Nadda will hold several rallies across West Bengal. Meanwhile, Shiv Sena leader Sanjay Raut posted a solidarity tweet for West Bengal Chief Minister and Trinamool Congress Supremo Mamata Banerjee against the Election Commission's 24-hour ban on her campaigning. Japan will release more than million tons of treated water from the stricken Fukushima nuclear plant into the ocean, the government said on Tuesday, triggering a furious reaction from China and fierce opposition from local fishing communities. The process is not likely to begin for several years and could take decades to complete, but it has already stirred significant controversy. Within hours of Japan's announcement, China called the decision extremely irresponsible. Japan's government argues the release is safe because the water is processed to remove almost all radioactive elements and will be diluted. The International Atomic Energy Agency has endorsed the release, which it says is similar to the disposal of wastewater at nuclear plants elsewhere in the world. Japan's Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga told a ministerial meeting that disposing of the water was an inevitable task in the decades-long process of decommissioning the nuclear plant.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.